camped at Riverside Park, just a public park in Lynchburg. They just let us camp out. Good morning, day 21. Bloodroot love. Heart word for today. Compassion again. And definitely having some questions and, having to let go of expectations. Like, of course, the expectation of that I'd be walking most of the time, but also I thought I would, by this point, have some greater clarity or inspiration around, like, I don't know, sort of like what this is for, what the next step is, like, or that I would, feel this inspiration and clarity to, like, oh, I'm gonna collaborate with this person, or this is the place I want to live or move. And also, like, the knee, like, not knowing. I talked to someone yesterday who had knee issues, and they talked to me about different stretches and exercises, which I definitely want to try. I am doing, but also because it keeps shifting and it feels like it's energetic and not just physical. Like last night before I went to sleep, I was kind of trying to tune into what the energy was, and it was like fear of missing my destiny, which I guess I'm just describing, like I'm somehow not doing enough, or and there was a guilt too. Okay, art wish for today. Lighting nude. Oh, yeah, we've picked this one before too. 1002, bring monumental awareness to the smallest of acts. May you see the magical in the most mundane. Yesterday I spent a lovely day on the trail with Deborah, and she flew in all the way from the UK, and she was reminding me of, the idea of, like, this march is about the balance of the divine masculine and feminine and honoring the Great Mother. And the march has a component which, like, few core people are holding down, where they, are actually walking all of the miles that we intended to. And Deborah was pointing out, like, maybe that's the more masculine version, and the few of us who kind of walk slow and walk just sometimes and on different paths than the marchers walk on, like, what if that's the more gentle, slower, feminine, more intimate, way, and they belong together. So that was a really I like thinking of it that way. And also remembering that for me, the pilgrimage, of my life, but every wish I make, the original art wishes were from my prayer to just be completely all in, totally in love with myself, which is all of life. And so if that's my intention or wish or prayer for myself during this pilgrimage, which is also my same prayer for everyone else, which is why I give these wishes away, because I want everyone to feel like that sense of, like, complete union with our true nature, which is connection. One of the things that came up was a fear of moving forward and not fulfilling my destiny, which is so odd, right? Because the greater part of me believes that we're already living our destiny, and it's just about waking up to that and seeing your life as it is, right, as the perfect ashram. To not be chasing, and I thought, oh, well, that's definitely, that makes sense, right? If my knee wasn't hurting, I would just be walking, and I don't think a lot of the things that are coming up for me would be coming up. It's almost like, you know, when you're healing or fasting, like it takes a lot of energy, so sometimes it's good to like rest or be still. That's why fasting is so effective. It gives the body a chance to like not use as heavily organs that it usually uses, so that there's more energy for other things. And so I was thinking, yeah, what if what I'm healing, or, you know, in this process of falling in love, requires me to be still more than I would be if my knee wasn't hurting. And so, and what I need to maybe let go of is this fear of like that I'm not fulfilling this ideal. Like, you know, I'll only feel really better and at peace when like my knee is fine and I can actually walk. Like, yeah, I get the lesson, but really I just want to be like back to normal. And also noticing how this mirrors my mom. My mom has had excellent health, especially physical health, like almost her whole life. She had high blood pressure, and then this last year, she hasn't been able to sometimes like pick up things, bend over, like pick herself out of bed. And I'm realizing in this small way, in this version that I have, just the grief and the judgment. I mean, how many times I've told her, like, you know, just let yourself rest. Like, we don't know how long the pain's gonna last, but you don't have to do anything. So just like almost, you know, enjoy it as much as you can instead of seeing it as something wrong. And I'm realizing how hard that is to do. And I am, intending to embrace that, because I do think, it's like, can I love myself when I feel like I am not functional, when I feel like I'm not being particularly helpful? Yeah, my friend, you know, Alma was like, what if this was like, even being a support vehicle, what if it was a chance for you to receive support, and not be in the role of, you know, people love and accept me because of the things I can do for them, or the, you know, ideal that I embody. Basically let go of trying to get somewhere.